The Spectre is one of my favorite towers in BTD6. If you don't know, the Spectre is the tier 4 upgrade for the Monkey Ace. In Chimps games, you're generally able to afford it in the mid to late 50s, and it is a very effective mid-game carry on single-lane maps that does enough damage to handle tough rounds like 75 and 78. However, it struggles to round 80 on shorter maps, and then falls off pretty hard shortly afterwards when the balloons get stronger. Its tier 5 upgrade, the Flying Fortress, is one of the most powerful towers in the game, as it can solo past round 100 on a lot of maps. However, it is also extremely expensive, and you're not able to easily afford it when the Spectre starts struggling in the early 80s. Fortunately, because the Spectre is such an effective mid-game carry and not too expensive, you'll generally have a lot of money to work with in the early 80s, allowing you to get some other very good towers. In this video, we'll show some strategies for using the Spectre in Chimps mode. If the map has water, one good tower you can pair with it is the carrier Flagship, which does some good late game damage and provides a nice attack speed buff to all Monkey Aces. We'll look at an example on Spillway. With a 202 Ninja, Psy, and a 230 Mortar, we can save up for an elk buffed Never Miss Monkey Ace for round 40. We'll then get down a Camo Village, and then open this gate to get down a Monkey Buccaneer, upgrading it to a 320 Destroyer on round 49. This lets us afford a Spectre on round 60. We can then upgrade our Buccaneer to an Aircraft Carrier on round 66, and then Carrier Flagship on round 79. In order to pop DDTs, we'll upgrade our village to a 230 MIB on round 82. We'll then get some stalling with an 024 Relentless Glue on top of the Carrier Flagship on round 84. One tower that substantially improves the Spectre is an Overclock, so we'll grab that next by round 88. Since the Spectre is a tier 4 tower, we can theoretically get full uptime with the Overclock if we use it off cooldown, which will essentially permanently boost its attack speed. We'll then upgrade our Glue Gunner to Super Glue on round 96. With a well-timed Scream on round 98, we'll grab a First Strike Submarine on round 99 and use its ability to take out the round 100 BAD. Overall, this is a very solid pairing on single lane maps with water, and I would definitely recommend trying it out. Another tower you can pair with the Spectre is a 250 Carpet of Spikes. With the top crosspath, this tower provides great DDT and Moab damage, and its price point is such that you can afford it in the early 80s as well when the Spectre starts struggling. We can see an example of this on X Factor, a tricky advanced map. With Psy, an 023 Sniper, and a Druid of the Jungle, we can get out a Never Miss Monkey Ace by round 40, covering it with a Camo Village on round 45, Elk buffing it on round 46, and buffing it with Jungle Drums on round 48. We can then upgrade to a Spectre by round 60, and then start building into a Carpet of Spikes by getting down a 140 Spike Storm on round 68. Round 82 is a bit tricky, as we'll want to use the Spike Storm ability for the fortified BFBs, and then use a Psy Scream to catch the leaking ceramics. This will push us to round 83, where we can afford a 250 Carpet of Spikes during the round. A good tower to pair with the Spike Factory is a 401 Mermonkey, as it provides a 20% Pierce buff. We'll get it down on round 85 in range of our Spike Factory. We'll also get down a 401 Alchemist on round 88 to further strengthen the spikes, and then upgrade the Mermonkey to 501 on round 95. The Spectre is greatly improved with an Overclock, so we'll get one of those down during round 98, using it as soon as possible during the round. We'll also use an extra Psy Scream and Spike Storm ability for the round 98 ZOMGs. We can continue overclocking our Spectre on round 99, and then use a Spike Storm ability on round 100 to take out the BAD. In general, this is a very straightforward and widely applicable setup for single lane maps both with and without water. One much less common tower that you can save up to is the Permabrew. It provides a pretty substantial buff to the Spectre, making it noticeably better in the 80s. The synergy admittedly isn't perfect, as the Spectre will still unable to effectively pop DDTs. However, Permabrew synergizes very well with a lot of fairly cheap towers like the Destroyer, Overdrive, and Elite Defender, and as such you have the opportunity to place down those towers in the 80s to effectively deal with the 90s. We can see an example of this on Pat's Pond, an annoying advanced map. With Sada and a 130 Druid, we can build into our 203 Never Miss Monkey Ace and an 023 Sniper in time for round 40, where we'll want a Leaping Sword when the Moab pops. After then upgrading our Sniper to 024 on round 44, getting down a 220 Village on round 48, and a 300 Alchemist on round 49, we can save up for a Spectre on round 60, and then upgrade our Alchemist to Stronger Stimulant on round 64. This holds until round 82, which will generally be tricky with this strategy, as it's the toughest round before we can afford Permabrew. I'd recommend sword charging and using Leaping Sword when the fortified BFBs start breaking down. We can afford Permabrew during round 83, but I'd still recommend doing a sword charge off cooldown, as the Alchemist will still be in the process of throwing its potions on nearby towers. We can then remove the left, right, and bottom barriers, build a couple of 310 destroyers in the water, upgrade our sniper to Elite Defender, and then get out a third 310 destroyer. All of these are cheap towers that pair extremely well with Permabrew and will shred through the 90s. For a bit of stalling, we can add in an 024 Mermonkey on round 96, and we can also throw in an 024 Glue Gunner on round 98. For round 100, we can then add in two 204 Overdrives at the top, which will easily clear out the BAD. In general, while this isn't a super common synergy, it can be very effective with the right towers on a variety of maps. Rosalia is a good hero to pair with the Spectre, as she provides a 10% discount on all Monkey Ace upgrades when she reaches level 6. This discount is substantial enough that you can actually afford the Flying Fortress on most single lane maps by round 88 or 89, albeit with a bit more effort on some of the harder maps. We can see an example of this on Muddy Puddles, a tricky expert map. After a tough beginning, we're able to get Rosalia down on round 21. We'll need to move Rosalia around between the lanes, adjusting her targeting and her weapons to get through the rounds until we can afford an 020 village on round 33, allowing her to detect camos. We can then get down a Monkey Ace under her and upgrade it to an 003 during round 37, using Rosalia's abilities in the meantime to keep things at bay. Once we have our Never Miss Monkey Ace, we'll want to center its path on the bottom of the track to maximize its pierce. We'll then make our Monkey Ace a 203 and then give it a 320 Alchemist. With a few more well-timed abilities in the early 50s, we can upgrade our Monkey Ace to a Spectre on round 53. After upgrading our village to a 220 and our Alchemist to a 420, we can rely on the Spectre to deal with everything until round 80, where Rosalia's kinetic charge does wonders against COMGs. The 80s are a bit tough, but with some well-timed abilities and targeting Rosalia to last at crucial points, we can afford a Flying Fortress towards the end of round 88 and cruise from there. To keep things a bit safer, we can get out a 040 Balloon Sabotage Ninja on round 93 and upgrade our village to a 240 Call to Arms on round 98. We can sabotage the fortified DDTs on round 99 and then use all of our remaining abilities on round 100 to be extra safe. While this strategy is often harder than the other three strategies, it's a lot of fun and I would definitely recommend trying it out on your next single lane map. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you get some of your black borders. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.